Yes, you want to say something?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. I think it was a very important meeting or workshop. Unfortunately, some of us were also attending other parliamentary workshops that were organized last week, so we couldn't be two places at the same time. I apologize for not attending. But we attended the workshop on behalf of
Where were you?
I was part of the 30 or so MPs from the ICT committee, Human Affairs committee, and the media committee.
Oh,
at the workshop.
I appreciate it very much. And there are others, I'm told, who have gone for public hearing on the budget. In future, those who are not engaged, they say learning does not end. I must applaud those members who attended in a committed manner right up to the end to lunch hour. The special thanks also to our staff who came in their full numbers to attend the public lecture. It was quite useful. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker.
Is someone?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. I think it is an opportunity once again to reiterate to you something I've already done before. Having been one of the regulars for some of these workshops and seeing the ever decreasing attendance, I've been talking to the honorable parliamentarians, and it's something that you need to take note that we can organize a workshop for all morning or like a whole day or 1.5 days, but we never take into consideration the plight of the parliamentarians in terms of their welfare. We just assume that they should just attend, we don't even incentivize them. We worry about those who did not attend, we never thank those who attended, give them the little bit of a pay allowance. So please, in the future, consider.
I was going to give you a new title. The spokesperson of the Leaders Committee. No, I think your statement is misplaced in terms of welfare. You know the procedures to follow in terms of your welfare committee. But the other things you said are taken indeed. Honorable Kamuzuma, kindly take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker said, thank you for giving me an opportunity to write deep conviction and purpose. To express full and unwavering support for the state of the national address delivered by His Excellency President E.D. Mnangagwa. His Excellency has charted a clear course for Zimbabwe's recovery, stability and growth, and we, as members of this august house, must stand in solidarity with this vision. The economic progress highlighted in the address is testament to the President's effective leadership, and it is through his guidance that Zimbabwe is emerging stronger and more resilient in the face of adversity. Under the stewardship of His Excellency President Mnangagwa, Zimbabwe has made remarkable strides despite the economic sanctions and challenges posed by political global dynamics. The President's philosophy of leaving no one and no place behind is not just a mantra, but a reality that has permitted every sector of the economy. His government's focus on unity, stability, and progress has yielded tangible results, ensuring that all Zimbabweans, from the most remote village to the bustling cities, benefit from economic opportunities. The President has led the charge in key areas of the economy, which include agriculture, mining, infrastructure, and financial reforms, all of which have seen significant improvements. Yet, as we move forward, there are additional measures we must take to further boost our economy and ensure sustainable long-term for the benefit of all. Economic development is anchored by the State of the Nation address. Number 1, agriculture, expanding value chains. Agriculture remains the cornerstone of Zimbabwe's economy, and under the leadership of His Excellency, we have seen record-breaking achievements such as the 600,000 tons of wheat harvested in 2024. This is a testament to the success of programs like the Umbuza Infrastructure, which is a presidential climate-approved agriculture production scheme. However, to further capitalize on these projects, it is crucial that we expand agricultural value chains by establishing agro-processing industries, particularly in rural areas. This will not only reduce post-harvest losses, but also create jobs, enhance food security, and stimulate rural economies. Investing in advanced farming technologies and irrigation infrastructure will further safeguard Zimbabwe's agricultural productivity against the effects of climate change, ensuring that every Zimbabwean has access to food and economic opportunities. Mining, leveraging natural resources for growth, Mr. Speaker said. The mining sector remains one of Zimbabwe's most lucrative industries, and under the President's direction, it has attracted significant investment, especially in new energy minerals. His Excellency's focus on scaling up production in precious minerals and the establishment of the Sovereign Wealth Fund will ensure that the wealth generated from our natural resources benefits all Zimbabweans. However, we must do more to ensure that Zimbabwe takes full advantage of its minerals wealth. This includes increasing local beneficiation and value addition, thereby creating jobs and fostering industrial growth. By developing robust industrial policies and establishing special economic zones, we can transform our natural resources endowment into engines of sustainable development. Infrastructure development, building the future. Infrastructure is the backbone of any thriving economy, and President Mnangagwa has prioritized its development. The success of programs like the Nimbe Lima program, which has accelerated road construction and other critical infrastructure projects across the country, is a testament to the President's forward-thinking leadership. However, more can be done to bolster our energy sector. The push for renewable energy solutions such as solar must be intensified to ensure that every corner of Zimbabwe is powered sustainably. We should also focus on expanding rural electrification through renewable energy, ensuring that rural industries and communities are equipped to contribute to national growth. Fulfilling the promise of rural electrification, Mr. Speaker said. During the last election campaign, the promise of rural electrification was made to people of Zimbabwe, and I'm pleased to know that under His Excellency, President Mnangagwa's leadership, significant progress is being made in this area. The ongoing effort to extend electricity to rural communities, particularly through solar energy solutions, are bringing transformative change. Rural electrification will not only improve the quality of life for those in remote areas only, but also unlock economic opportunities by powering small businesses, schools, and health centers. It is imperative that we continue to prioritize this initiative, as it is a cornerstone of rural development and economic empowerment. Industrialization and innovation, promoting SMEs. In addition to truly achieve economic growth, we must look to industrialization driven by innovation in support of small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Under the guidance of His Excellency, the President, we have seen progress in fostering innovation through university-led innovation hubs. However, expand internet connectivity in rural areas, support digital transformation, and encourage SMEs through targeted financial and mentorship programs. Creating dedicated SME hubs, providing government-backed credit schemes, and promoting youth and women's entrepreneurship are essential steps towards building a more inclusive, dynamic economy. Strengthening tourism and promoting cultural heritage. Moreover, the tourism sector continues to record impressive growth, as highlighted in the State of the National Address. To build on this momentum, I propose that we diversify our tourism offerings, promoting ecotourism, cultural tourism, community-based tourism to attract more visitors, developing infrastructure and around lesser-known tourist destinations to not only increase arrivals, but also create sustainable income for local communities. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker said, this motion stands as an affirmation of full support for the State of the Nation address delivered by His Excellency the President Eugene Mnangagwa. Under his strong and visionary leadership, Zimbabwe is on a trajectory of economic recovery, stability, and growth. Through strategic investments in agriculture, mining infrastructure, financial reforms, industrialization and tourism, our nation is laying the foundation for a prosperous and self-reliant future. However, we must remain vigilant and proactive, implementing additional measures to ensure long-term sustainability and inclusive growth. I therefore urge all members of this August House to support this motion in full, as we continue to build on the transformative agenda led by the President. Together, we will realize the Zimbabwe we aspire to, which is a Zimbabwe of prosperity, unity, and shared success for all its people. Having said that, I would want to encourage my seconder and all other honorable members to debate deeper into issues that I have not touched on. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. The House is a motion by Honorable Kamzuma that a respectful address be presented to the President of Zimbabwe as follows. May it please you, Your Excellency, the President, we, the members of Parliament of Zimbabwe, desire to express our loyalty to Zimbabwe and beg leave to offer our respectful thanks for the speech which we have been pleased to address Parliament. Is there any debate? Honorable Simo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion that has been ably moved by Honorable Kamzuma on the State of the Nation address that was delivered by His Excellency President Dr. Eugene Mnangagwa. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the President for presenting a speech that was not only comprehensive but also timely and forward-looking. This address was of great significance to the nation as it laid out the key priorities that will shape our collective progress. More importantly, it provides us as parliamentarians with a clear framework to guide our legislative and our oversight roles in the months ahead. The President's vision, as articulated in the address, challenges us to act with purpose and urgency, ensuring that we turn the aspirations outlined into real, lasting impacts for the people of Zimbabwe. This is not just a speech to be heard, but it is a call to action for all of us to play our part in driving the nation towards a more prosperous and stable future. On health, His Excellency emphasized that the importance of occupational health and safety in the attainment of Vision 2030. We should also keep on supporting the ongoing efforts to improve healthcare for everyone in Zimbabwe. Many clinics across the country are facing challenges, including shortages of essential medicines which affect both rural and urban populations. Patients are often unable to access basic drugs as they are referred to pharmacies to buy, and healthcare workers face difficulties providing adequate care due to resource constraints. These challenges hinder progress towards achieving sustainable development goal number 3, that is good health and well-being. It is essential to address the procurement and distribution of medicines and to improve clinic infrastructure, staffing, and access to specialist care. By strengthening health systems and allocating the necessary resources, we can ensure that no one and no place is left behind as we move towards Vision 2030. On mining, Mr. Speaker said, on energy. Energy security remains a cornerstone of industrialization and development. The President's acknowledgement of the challenges faced by the energy sector, particularly low generation at Kariba Power Station, is appreciated. However, the evaluation of Wangwe Power Station units 1 to 6 cannot be overstated. Addressing this issue will stabilize the national grid and reduce load shedding, which is essential for supporting industries and households. Citizens are only getting power around 11 p.m. Honorable Speaker, till 5 a.m. in the morning. Virtually everyone will be dreaming by that time. Furthermore, the government should address and explore renewable energy sources in line with SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy, ensuring that our long-term energy strategies contribute to a sustainable future through public-private partnerships in addition to independent power producers, especially in wind and solar energy. Therefore, the relevant ministry and government agencies should trust in making sure that the energy environment is conducive to attract sustainable investment. On road infrastructure, Honorable Speaker, the government's focus on road infrastructure development is commendable and is a critical component in attracting foreign direct investment in achieving Vision 2030 goals. We have witnessed improved road networks which enhance connectivity and facilitate economic growth by boosting access to market and cities. You always say, Honorable Speaker, chakanaka. It is commendable. While significant progress has been made in rehabilitating major highways and national roads, there are challenges in some communities where deteriorating local roads hinder access to essential services such as healthcare and education. Expanding these rehabilitation efforts to rural and unreserved areas will ensure equitable development, thereby benefiting marginalized communities and contributing to SDG 9, that is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. This comprehensive approach to infrastructure development will further strengthen Zimbabwe's position as a favorable investment destination. There is now need for a deliberate move to rehabilitate our street holes in the locations, Honorable Speaker, in our constituencies. Bulawayo water crisis. Honorable Speaker, the ongoing water crisis in Bulawayo has reached a critical stage, and the condition of the Baishalan Dam is of utmost importance. While the condition of the Baishalan Dam is critical for Bulawayo's long-term water security, immediate action is needed to mitigate the ongoing water crisis. It is equally important to explore and implement alternative water supply strategies such as rehabilitating existing water infrastructure, drilling additional boreholes, and investing in modern technologies like desalination and advanced water recycling systems. These solutions can provide a much-needed lifeline, Honorable Speaker, to the city and ensure a more resilient water supply in the face of climate change and growing demand. Addressing this issue with agency and innovation is not only vital for Bulawayo, but also for other water-scarce areas. A sustainable water management is essential in supporting broad economic and social development. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, the Bulawayo Technical Committee was appointed, but the situation has been exacerbating day in, day out. Therefore, drilling of many boreholes to me can be the immediate mitigation sector is both timely and strategic, aligning perfectly with the goals of Vision 2030 and ADS1. By shifting the focus from merely exporting raw materials to processing and adding value domestically, Zimbabwe tends to significantly boost revenue and create a wealth of employment opportunities across multiple industries. This approach will foster the development of local industries that can process, refine, and manufacture products from our natural resources, thereby reducing the country's reliance on imports and enhancing self-sufficiency. In addition, Honorable Speaker, the emphasis on beneficiation ensures that the wealth generated from Zimbabwe's vast mineral endowment is retained within the country, supporting broader economic diversification and contributing to sustainable growth. As demand for critical minerals like lithium and platinum continues to rise globally, investing in local value chains will position Zimbabwe as a key player in the international market, further attracting foreign direct investment and strengthening the economy in the long term. Honorable Speaker, to support this vital initiative, Parliament must expedite the passage of the Mines and Minerals Amendment Bill, ensuring it includes the robust provisions for value addition and beneficiation. Furthermore, Parliament should actively engage in oversight to ensure that policies promoting local processing and the creation of value chains are implemented effectively. By working in tandem with the government and the private sector, we can develop a comprehensive framework that attracts investment into beneficiation industries, maximizing the country's mineral wealth and drives the nation towards achieving its developmental goals. Honorable Speaker, on currency stabilization. Currency stabilization is fundamental to Zimbabwe's macroeconomic strategy and the broader success of Vision 2030. The introduction of the Zimbabwe gold currency is a commendable step towards strengthening the domestic currency by anchoring it with country's gold and precious metal reserves. However, the persistent influence of foreign market activities continues to erode these efforts, creating volatility and undermining confidence in the official exchange rate. Platforms that publish black market rates, Honorable Speaker, such as Ignite Media Zimbabwe, fueling speculative behavior, distort market perceptions, and contribute to inflationary pressures. What Ignite Media Zimbabwe does, Honorable Speaker, every morning they will publicize official rates as well as the parallel rates. That is in the morning. In the afternoon, they will again publicize the official rate, but a higher parallel market rate. And then they will then release evening news. Yes, they will remain stuck on the official rate, but with the highest parallel market rate. Citizens, buyers, and sellers then refer to this inflated parallel market rate and then the instability and pandemonium continues. Honorable Speaker. To safeguard the economy and restore stability, it is crucial for the government to implement decisive and comprehensive measures to regulate these platforms. This includes strengthening legal frameworks, enhancing surveillance, and closing regulatory loopholes that enable the proliferation of black market activities. In doing so, we can protect the purchasing power of Zimbabweans. My Honorable Speaker, festive season is around the corner. Civil servants will receive their bonuses, let's strengthen the local currency, and create a stable environment that attracts both domestic and foreign investment. Currency stabilization is not only essential for macroeconomic stability, but is also a prerequisite for achieving sustainable economic growth and improving the livelihoods of our citizens. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker said, the SONA serves as a reminder that the future of Zimbabwe is in our hands, both as policymakers and as citizens. It calls for a new sense of responsibility, urging us to craft legislation that will bring about meaningful changes in our communities as we consider the challenges and opportunities highlighted in the address. We are reminded that our role is not merely to respond, but to proactively seek solutions that can improve the lives of the people we serve in support of His Excellency's mantra of leaving no one and no place behind. I so support and so second. Thank you.
We've heard the first presentation by the mover and second presentation by the second. I was looking around. I've seen quite a number of you concentrating on your cell phones. Now, you learn a lot from listening. You may not agree with what is being presented. You tend to come, present your own side of the story. If the addiction to the cell phones continues, we might have to take the route of several other chambers where these gadgets are not allowed in the house. Just check with South Africa, for example. Check with the House of Commons. Check with Congress. They don't bring in their cell phones. It is business to speak or listen. So if this addiction continues, we have no option but to disengage from these gadgets so that we are prepared to listen and learn from what other members are saying in their presentation. I now recognize Honorable
Speaker.
You want to comment on what I said?
Just a clarification, Honorable Speaker.
No, there's no clarification. I'm very clear. Do your homework and see how other chambers are doing. Can you sit down, please? Can you sit down, please? Can you sit down? Can you sit down? This is the first and last warning. I was saying the next honorable member to take the floor is Honorable Kangausa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And greetings from the room. Let me thank you for giving me this opportunity to rise with the great excitement and conviction to speak on one of the most critical components of our economic development, of socio-economic growth, as it powers schools and clinics, businesses, and agricultural activities. Solar energy is particularly advantageous in off-grid areas where extending the national grid is not feasible in the short term. The deployment of solar-powered boards as part of the government's broader rural development initiative is improving access to clean water, supporting agriculture, and further contributing to the food security. Honorable Speaker said the success of these projects will depend on continued investment and support. The government must ensure that solar energy systems are maintained and that there is local capacity of repairs and management. Community ownership and involvement in this project will be crucial for their long-term sustainability. In concluding, Mr. Speaker said, Zimbabwe is a critical moment in its energy journey. The strategic focus on solar power and broader energy diversification, as outlined in His Excellency's statement reshaping the future of energy in Zimbabwe. Solar power initiatives like the 200 kilowatts grid and solarizing villages include drilling solar power poles are not just a symbol of progress, but tangible steps towards creating energy secure nation that leaves no community behind. Through a well-diversified energy sector, we are not only meeting our current energy needs, but also laying the foundations of future economic growth and environmental sustainability. I therefore urge this House, Mr. Speaker said, to fully support the continued expansion of solar power initiatives and the broader renewable energy agenda. By doing so, we will ensure that Zimbabwe remains on track to achieve energy independently, rural development, ultimately the economic prosperity that we all desire. So God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kangaro Saimaru. Further debate will be taken by Honorable Munemo. Honorable Munemo.
Maita basa mbacho chikara malos pela sim taswera zedu ndogo kuti nditauro mazwi maviri matatu pamusoro state of national affairs yakataurwa nemutungamiriri wenyika comrade Dr. Idi Mnangagwa. Ndodawo kutaura honorable speaker ndichitaura pamusoro pekutaura kwakaita president wedu kunoratidza kuti president wedu munhu anoda runyararo, munhu anoda kuti nyika yedu ienderere mberi tichivaka tisina kuiputsa. Ndinovimba kuti takatarira kubvira pakangotanga second republic, kumashure kwesoko kwaimboitika mastrike, mademonstrations, vanhu vachiputsa nyika, vachipwanya nematombo, vachidini. Asi kubvira pavakatanga kutungamirira, mukuru wedu zvinongotiratidza kuti aiwa runyararo uyezve nekuchengetedza vanhu nekuchengetedza makofu wedu kuri kuratidza kuti kuri kuenderera mberi uyezve nyika inovakwa nerunyararo. Ichokwadi pane mutauri Mr. Speaker akataura achiti iye Rome was not built in one day. Achiedza kurudzira kuti panotoda nguva kuti nyika ivakwe kusvika tazopindawo mufirst class yokuti totendakudaiwa kuti nyika yakabudirira zvikuru mufirst world pavanotaura pachirungu. Saka izvozvo nyika yedu kwayakanaka kuri kuratidza kuti tiri kufamba nenzira yakanaka uyezve nhamo dzedu dziri kufamba zvakanaka kana tichiteerera matauriro akaita mutungamiriri wenyika. Vanogara vachitaura uyezve vanozvitokorodza kuti nyika inovakwa brick by brick, zvichidudzira kuti tinofanira kuvaka nyika yedu zvishoma nezvishoma tisingamhanyi, nokuti tikamhanya nyika yedu tinondoona tikatadza kuenderera mberi zvakanaka. Tinoda kudada zvikuru nematauriro akaita mutungamiriri wenyika nenhau yekukurudzira magariro evanhu veZimbabwe vanoenderera mberi nokukurudzira kubatana, kudzika maupfumi hwenyika yedu yeZimbabwe uyezve kuchengetedzeka kwenyika yedu nevanhu vedu nebudiriro. Uyezve vanodzokorodza zvakasimbisisa vachiti ivo nyika inofanira kuvakwa nesu tose. Ipapo poga vanongotiratidza kuti mutungamiri anoda vanhu, haana vanoda kusiya kunze. Zvibimbiso vakadzokorozazve vakataura zvibimbiso zvakataurwa nebato redu reZANU ZANU-PF vakataura kuti vachitanga kuti vati paine makwikwi ekukwikwidza kuti ndiani uchanga uine hurumende yekutonga. Zviri kuratidza kuti bato riri kutonga riri kuzadzisa zvivimbiso zvarakaudza vanhu zvavekutanga. Takatarira mumba wechigaro tiri kuona zvibhorani kumamisha zviri kusvika. Kutaura kwandiri kuita kudai kuconstituency kwangu zviri kutoboora mvura ichibata zvichiratidza kuti tatane nguva nemakore tisati tambocherera zvibhorani, asi tokuda kutungamiri hwapurezidendi E.D. Mnangagwa zviri kuratidza kuti aiwa pane chikuitwa chiri kuonekwa. Vakuru vanotama vachiti panoswera murume mukuru panofanira kuoneka. Aiwa basa ravari kubata purezidendi vedu riri kuratidza kuti riri kuonekwa. Patinosvika pa2030 pavari kutaura, aiwa zvinoratidza kuti tose tinenge takumwa mvura yakachena isina zvirwere tisina mumatsime. Izvi zvose zviri kuitika zvakanaka zvichakatarisa migwagwa yedu chaiyo kunorebhosvika sei. Migwagwa chaiyo ndokumwa munhu wese ari kugutsurira achifamba kunyanya kuti katarisa mumadhorobha. Hatisati tapedza yedu migwagwa yose, nokuti ndakotaura kumashure kuti kune mutauro yakataura nechirungu akati Rome was not built in one day. Hatisati tasvika asi tiri kuvavarira ende nhano dzedu ndakotaura dziri kuratidza kuti tiri kuenda. Migwagwa yedu ndinovimba kuti patinosvika pa2030 ichokwadi chokuvimbisa kuita kutungamiro yenyika tinenge tasvika, nokuti iko zvino pese patiri kufamba yakava tsepete onarebhosvika sei. Takatarira zvizhinji zviri kuitika nehurumende zviri kuratidza kuti tiri kuita zvinhu izvi nekuzvitsvagira mari yekuzvishandisira neupfumi hwedu tiri kungobudirira tiri toga seZimbabwe, nekuti tiri kutarisa takaona pane zvirango zvatakatenderwa zvoupfumi zvisiri pamutemo, asi nyika yedu iri kungobudirira iri kuramba ichifamba. Izvo zvirango izvo zviripo zvinoayo ngavarambe zvavo vachidaro, asi nyika yedu iri kutofamba ichisimira, iri kuramba ichienderera mberi. Ndoda kutenga neushindi hwakadaro hwomutungamiriro wenyika vanotaiwa nyika yedu inofanira kutoramba nesu toga. Wakaona kuti kutarira kumavira kana kumwe hautinonga vasvika dzoka sekutaura kuenda kukuru kuti dzoka upinde doro. Nyika inotovakwa nevene vayo kuti ibudire, inofanira kunamatirwazve nevene vayo. Mukuru wenyika akadzokorwa zvokuti budiriro yose inofanira kusvika kunzvimbo imwe neimwe zvichireva kuti hapana unofanira kusaririra. Tose tiri muno takadai iyo nebudiriro tiri vana vedu. Hakunazve imwe nzvimbo kana imwe Zimbabwe yatichawana. Saka mutungamiriro wenyika kuti nyika inofanira kuvakwa nevene vayo. Saka zvakatonaka kuti tose tiise pfungwa pamwe chete tifambe tibudirire senyika yedu. Madamufika sei? Madamufika mene? Hakuna nzvimbo iri kusarira. Takatanga munhu wese ari kuno anototi kunzvimbo kwake kune chiri kuitika zvichiratidza kuti mutungamiriri wenyika aiwa ari kufamba. Ipapo tinotoramba tichipodzororodza kuti aiwa vavanenge havo vachifamba baba. Takatarira mene musikamene kune anonzi maVB youths, mavillage business units. Kune magadheni ari kuitwa kumamisha emhando yepamusoro, asi nehurumende yaMnangagwa aiwa zviri kuratidza kuti kumberi uku kune muono murefu wokuti tikaramba tichifamba aiwa kune kwatinosvika. Zvechokwadi kuti 2030 kana neni ndikugutsikana zvizhinji ndinobvumirana nemaonerebo memba ese ari muno kuti aiwa kune kwatiri kuenda. Zvinoona kune magadheni ari kuiswa masola kuitwa irrigation, mvura yakungopfapfaidzwa mumabindu. Vanhu vachidyawo matumba mavo vasina kudya magaka asina muvhaya. Zvichiratidza kuti upenyu kuita zvakanaka. Hakuna bazi rehurumende ravasina kubata pavakataura state of national address yavo mutungamiri wenyika. Vakabata kwose kunyange zvimwe zvikanenge zvinononoka, asi nevivo nematauriro avakaita nezvatiri kuona izvatiri kungoteerera pakutaura kwavo bedzi, but tine zvatinopupura zvatiri kuziva zviri kuitika mumaconstituency atinobva, zvichiratidza kuti nyika ine mutungamiri ari kufamba naye. Saka ngatidzikame hedu, tisade kuudza John kana Bhii kana ani akudze, ngativake toga nyika yedu. Ndinoda kutenda zvizhinji purezidenti wedu pamunangagwa. Ndakataura paiva ngatikurudziranei tose nokuti nyika yedu iri kusurukira zvizhinji nekurima uye zvine zvicheva. Saka zvinofanira kuti zvinge zvichitwa zviri pamutemo nezviri kuratidza kuti mabazi iwayo ari kusurukira zvakanyanya. Iko kusurukira ikoko ndokunoratidza kuti nyika yedu kune kwairi kuenda. Honorable Speaker, tamuzwa chakanaka mugagwa urumbi. Toda kungoti purezidenti wedu varambe vachifamba uyezve takakurudzira kuti varambe vachifamba. Handina mashoko mazhinji anoda kutaura, asi ine uchapupu hwakakosha, ndine uchapupu hwakakura nezviri kuitika kuconstituency kwandinobva ino. Kuri kuratidza kuti hai zvinhu zviri kufamba, uyezve kunyange vane nzara vari kupiwa chikafu, tiri kuona zviri kufamba. Saka toda kutenda purezidenti wedu baba vamunangagwa vainderere nebasa rakanaka. Aiwa panofambwa zvakanaka, hapachange vanoshora, pativo vanoshora aiwa havachitadzisi kufamba. Ndoda kungokurudzira kuti tirambe tichifamba senyika yeZimbabwe. Thank you.
Any further debate? Allow me to recognize
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to give my view within the presidential speech from the State of the Nation. Madam Speaker, the State of the Nation addresses the status of a country, addresses the concerns of the citizens of the country. And this is the reason, Madam Speaker, that our drafters of our Constitution, when they put that, they wanted that as an opportunity for the President to then talk directly to the citizens of this country. Madam Speaker, I want to start from a premises that, Madam Speaker, the speech so made last week gave certain issues which are fundamental. It had key omissions which are actually fundamental to the lives of Zimbabweans. First and foremost, Madam Speaker, you appreciate that the economic instability that we have in this country is unbelievable. You know, Madam Speaker, that the rate of the ZIG has gone down extensively. To the extent that, Madam Speaker, when the President came in this August House, the RBZ government had actually depreciated the ZIG dollar by 76%. The ZIG moved officially from 13 to $1 to around 24 to $1. That's a massive depreciation. If we try to then go to the parallel market, the rate is hovering around 50.
A sole address, Madam Speaker, should actually address the concerns of the people. Most people now are now faced, I think, are now in a quandary. The quandary is that if you're not sick, you are not getting anything. And to make matters worse, Madam Speaker, when zinc was introduced, we were told that zinc is actually tied to the amount of gold that we have. And naturally, when they made the direction 1:13, it was based on the price of gold on the international market. You need to understand and appreciate, Madam Speaker, that gold on the international market is actually going up. What it means is that in reality, our zinc should actually have extended to around 11 now from 13. But alas, Madam Speaker, the rate has gone up. And the president did not fully address the citizens of the country and tell us what is it that the government is going to do in terms of making sure that this thing is good.
Sure, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The Honorable Speaker Elias also is no way in this country we heard about the current the rate that he's talking about the rate of fish in the market. I don't know where he got that rate. I don't think
may I request you to continue with your debates, but stick to what was addressed by
Madam Speaker, I was saying that the president is omitted. And the omission in respect to addressing the economic challenges faced by the Zimbabweans is a huge challenge. You also need to appreciate, Madam Speaker, right now as we are speaking, we now have a war that has actually been put on form of business, a form of supermarkets. The USD inflation rate has actually gone up, primarily because form of business now wants to make sure that they don't lose out on the zinc. You go into OK supermarket, you go into Pick and Pay, you see that the prices in terms of US dollar have actually gone up. And this is affecting the ordinary Zimbabweans. But when this true, Madam Speaker, you need to appreciate. Just yesterday, I was in the CBD of Harare. I went to Harare Street looking for Pick and Pay, only to be told that Pick and Pay was closed. That brand had been closed. I then inquired because I was worried, how do we have a big supermarket closed just like that? Only to be told that the owners of the building, they have decided to make sure that they sublet and make sure that they put it out there. And what does it mean, Madam Speaker? It means that most of our people who are employed in the formal market are likely to be losing their jobs. And that, Madam Speaker, is not a good thing to happen in a country like Zimbabwe. Then, Madam Speaker, I also then want to say to the legislative agenda that the President said in his speech. You will recall last year when he came before the August House, he made a position that his government was going to move 55 bills in this August House. Madam Speaker, 1 year down the line, only one bill was signed to its end of Parliament. 1 out of 55. And that's 1.81%, which is a failure rate of huge magnitude. Madam Speaker, you recall that we from this side, we have always argued on Wednesdays that ministers are not coming, are not taking Parliament seriously. But I'm glad even their boss concurred last week that these ministers have also felt this man to the if the executive had put one bill, that's unbelievable. But not only that, Madam Speaker, now we are not being told of the views that were there in 55. We are not being told that no, the number of views have not been reduced from 55 to about 24 views in this session. And Madam Speaker, what was my mind is to say that there are key views that we believe are so urgent in this country that have actually been omitted from the solar address. And we just wonder, Madam Speaker, what is it that the executive will be doing? Madam Speaker, you know when we adopted the 2018 Constitution, we are now in 2024, 11 years later. We have been having our provincial councillors. When you go to the election, you elect your local authority, you also elect your provincial council, your national assembly, your senate, and the president. But Madam Speaker, 2018, 2023, those people that were elected to serve in the provincial councils, they are not working, primarily because there is no piece of legislation. But not only that, Madam Speaker, 5% the devolution monies are being disbursed to provinces. There is no mechanism on managing those funds. And yet, here we are in 2024. There is no bill mentioned in the solar, and there is no bill before the solar house to make sure that the provincial councils operate. We from this side, Madam Speaker, we believe that the unitary system of governance that has been there since the time of roads cannot continue to work given the challenge that Zimbabwe faces. We believe that devolution is the right thing to do, and we need to see devolution happening in each and every province so that the people participate in terms of self-governance and doing.
What is your point of view?
Madam Speaker, it's very important for honorable members of this conference of ourselves. They need to read, Madam Speaker, not only the solar that was done by the president, you also need to, when you read the solar, you also read with the
Honorable Shoriwa.
Asina umenya mwana aiwa zikwaza kumeru kule muone mrefu okutekera matipamba aiwa kule matushita zeko bali 20 days ananyindu kugusikana zhinji ndilo kumirana no maona egomba ese aluno kuti aiwa kule matipende ndilo kule magari na kuiswa masola nikayese kana pasilo yose kutala trenga go green kuiswa masola kuiswa hii besheni mvura yangu nopapaizwa mumabidu vanhu vachidzoka kuka mavava sina muzhema gaka asina muvhaya zvichiratidza kuti upenyu kukuita zvakanaka hakuna bazi rehurumende ravasina kubata pavakataura state of national address yavo mutungamiri wenyika vakabata kwose kunyange zvimwe zvikati kunge zvinononoka asi nemivo nematauriro akaita nezvatiri kuona izvo hatisi kungoteerera pakutaura kwavo bedzi but kufamba naye. Saka tikame hedu tisade kuudza John kana B kana ani akudze tapi wakaitoga nyika yedu. Ndinoda kutenda zvizhinji president wedu pamunangagwa akadaro paiwa ngatikurudziranei tose nokuti nyika yedu iri kusurukira zvizhinji nekurima uye zvine zvichekwa. Saka zvinofanira kuti zvinge zvichitwa zvepamutemo zviri kuratidza kuti mabhazi iwayo ari kusurukira zvakanyanya. Iko kusurukira ikoko ndokunoratidza kuti nyika yedu kune kwaikuenda. Honorable Speaker Mem, tambozwa chakanaka mugagwa urumbi. Toda kungoti president wedu varambe vachifamba uye zvichakakurudzira kuti varambe vachifamba. Handina mashoko mazhinji anoda kutaura, asi ndine uchapupu hwakakosha, ndine uchapupu hwakakura nezviri kuitika kuconstitution kwandinobva ino. Kuri kuratidza kuti hai zvinhu zviri kufamba uyezve kunyange vane nzara vari kupiwa chikafu, tiri kuona zviri kufamba. Saka toda kutenda president wedu baba vamunangagwa vainyeremerere basa rakanaka. Aiwa panofambwa zvakanaka hapachange vanoshora, patiwo vanoshora aiwa havachitadzisi kufamba. Ndoda kungokurudzira kuti tirambe tichifamba senyika yeZimbabwe. Thank you.
Any further debate? Allow me to recognize
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. My view, the presidential office, from the state of the nation, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the state of the nation addresses the status of a country, addresses the concerns of the citizens of the country. And this is the reason, Madam Speaker, that our drafters of our constitution, when they put that, they wanted that as an opportunity for the president to then talk directly to the citizens of this country. Madam Speaker, I want to start from a premises that, Madam Speaker, the speech so made last week had certain issues which are fundamental. It had key omissions which are actually fundamental to the lives of Zimbabweans. First and foremost, Madam Speaker, you appreciate that the economic instability that we have in this country is unbelievable. You know, Madam Speaker, that the rate of the ZIG has gone down extensively. To the extent that, Madam Speaker, when the president came in this August House, the RBZ government had actually depreciated the ZIG dollar by 76%. The ZIG moved officially from 13 to $1 to around 24 to $1. That's a massive depreciation. If we try to then go to the parallel market, the rate is hovering around 50. A sole address, Madam Speaker, should actually address the concerns of the people. Most people now are now in the quandary. The quandary is that if you're going sick, you are not getting anything. And to make matters worse, Madam Speaker, when ZIG was introduced, we were told that ZIG is actually tied to the amount of gold that we have. And naturally, when they made the direction to 1:13, it was based on the price of gold on the international market. You need to understand and appreciate, Madam Speaker, that gold on the international market is actually going up.
What it means is that in reality, our ZIG should have extended to around 11 now from 13. But alas, Madam Speaker, the rate has gone up. And the President did not fully address the citizens of the country and tell us what is it that the government is going to do in terms of making sure that this thing is.
Sure, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The Honorable Speaker is telling us false policy. No way in this country we heard about the current, the rate that he's talking about the rate of 50 in the current market. I don't know where he got that rate. I don't think that
Honorable Sharia, may I request you to continue with your debates, but stick to what was addressed by
Madam Speaker, I was saying that the President omitted. And the omission in respect to addressing the economic challenges faced by the Zimbabweans is a huge challenge. You also need to appreciate, Madam Speaker, right now as we are speaking, we now have a war that has actually been put on form of business, a form of supermarkets. The USD inflation rate has actually gone up, primarily because form of business now wants to make sure that they don't lose out on the zinc. You go into a supermarket, you go into Pick and Pay, you see that the prices in terms of US dollar have actually gone up. And this is affecting the ordinary Zimbabweans. But when it's true, Madam Speaker, you need to appreciate it. Just yesterday, I was in the CBD of Harare. I went to Harare Street looking for Pick and Pay, only to be told that Pick and Pay was closed. That branch had been closed. I then inquired because I was worried, how do we have a big supermarket closed just like that? Only to be told that the owners of the building, they have decided to make sure that they sublet and make sure that they put it up there. And what does it mean, Madam Speaker? It means that most of our people who are employed in the formal market are likely to be losing their jobs. And that, Madam Speaker, is not a good thing to happen in a country like Zimbabwe. Then, Madam Speaker, I also then want to say to the legislative agenda that the President said in his speech. You will recall last year when he came before the August House, he made a position that his government was going to move 55 bills in this August House. Madam Speaker, 1 year down the line, only one bill was signed to the end of Parliament. 1 out of 55. And that's 1.81%, which is a failure rate of huge magnitude. Madam Speaker, you recall that we from this side, we have always argued on Wednesdays that ministers are not coming, are not taking Parliament seriously. But I'm glad even their boss concurred last week that these ministers have also failed this man to the extent that out of 55 bills, they did only one bill, Madam Speaker. It has never been heard that in the 12 months, the executive have put one bill. That's unbelievable. But not only that, Madam Speaker, now we are not being told of the bills that were there in 55. We are not being told that no, the number of bills have not been reduced from 55 to about 24 bills in this session. And Madam Speaker, what boggles my mind is to say that there are key views that we believe are so urgent in this country that have been utterly been omitted from the solar address. And we just wonder, Madam Speaker, what is it that the executive will be doing? Madam Speaker, you know when we adopted the 2018 Constitution, we are now in 2024, 11 years later. We have been having our provincial councillors. When you go to the election, you elect your local authority, you also elect your provincial council, your national assembly, your senate, and the president. But Madam Speaker, 2019, 2018, 2023, those people that were elected to serve in the provincial councils, they are not working, primarily because there is no a piece of legislation. But not only that, Madam Speaker, 5% the devolution monies are being disbursed to provinces. There is no mechanism on managing those funds. And yet, here we are in 2024. There is no bill mentioned in this ordinance, and there is no bill before this August House to make sure that the provincial councils operate. We from this side, Madam Speaker, we believe that the unitary system of governance that has been there since the time of roads cannot continue to work given the challenges that Zimbabwe faces. We believe that devolution is the right thing to do, and we need to see devolution happening in each and every province so that the people participate in terms of self-governance and doing
what is your point of view?
Madam Speaker, it's very important for honorable members of this House. They need to read, Madam Speaker, not only the SONA that was done by the President, you also need to, when you read the SONA, you also read with the
Honorable Shoriwa.
Why I say this, Madam Speaker, is that we from this side, when we remember from this side, even saying that we don't agree with, we don't accept them. We allow them to debate because this is the house of debate. We don't want to create a challenge for you. That's what they said.
What's the point of conduct?
And the song is
from 2015, Madam Speaker, this government has actually been overspending outside the mandate of Parliament. And we expected in the SONA statement to have the financial adjustment bill being tabled in this August House. The omission by the President to mention that in the SONA statement, it does send a chilling effect to the manner in which we address our public finance management in this country. Chapter 17 of our Constitution empowers Parliament to ensure that our public finance management are done in a fair and transparent manner. And if we don't have a financial adjustment bill before us, and we continue to go year in, year out, without the necessity of Parliament condoning those expenditures, then we have a problem. Then I'm also surprised, Madam Speaker, there are certain bills. Insurance bills was gazetted last time. Right now, Madam Speaker, there was no mention. And what we get to know that the insurance bill should actually be there. The climate change bill. Climate is a topical issue. And we are surprised that there is no
Point of order. Tirikumbuyatsana mutso yekuti overspending outside this parliament, calculation where was the overspending. Sorry, I missed that. Honorable Zenuna. Tirikumbuyawo overspend chayakaukana honorable member ya president iri outside parliament.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I was just raising a number of views that we expected this August House to see in the State of the Nation address, and the omissions of those views, Madam Speaker, cast into attention this the SONA speech. Madam Speaker, one of the things that we also would want to say is that whenever we do anything in this country, even when it comes to infrastructure development, one of the key pillars and key parameters that we measure infrastructure development, Madam Speaker, is actually is two-legged. One is the physical infrastructure that we see, and second, what we need to see, Madam Speaker, we need to see a mechanism where when we measure infrastructure development, it is not enough to say that a road was constructed from A to B. But what it has to do, Madam Speaker, it has to be supported by the financial outlay that was done for that infrastructure to enable the citizens to then make a judgment in respect to proper utilization of resources. Because it is very important, Madam Speaker, because this is what we need to do. Then lastly, Madam Speaker, I just want to touch on one of the key pillars, which is important. Madam Speaker, we came into this Augustus ostensibly here to be sent by the citizens of this country. Some from the other side, they were voted by people. From this side, we were voted by the people. And the people, when they send us here, they never send us, Madam Speaker, to be quiet. They send us to represent each and every individual voice out there. When Madam Speaker, the question to say that leave no one behind should not be an empty slogan. It should be begged to say that each and every individual has got his rights that needs to be protected. And every member, certainly members of Parliament in this Augustus, we need to put our views, different as they may be. That is the Zimbabwe that we want. Not a Zimbabwe where we put slogans which are not begged by reality. And Madam Speaker, I want to say this. From this side of the House, we representatives of the people of Zimbabwe who allow debate to flow smoothly because we believe you can only benefit when there is exchange of ideas and we don't want to stick to debate. So in that case, Madam Speaker, I just wanted to say this because the number of point of orders which were raised were too numerous and I believe that the topic that we need. We are also capable to do the same, but we don't want to do that, Madam Speaker. We want a place in this session so that the House become productive. And Madam Speaker, you appreciate where I'm coming from. And I believe that this country needs each and every one of us to contribute from the different areas that will be looking for. I thank you.
My point of order, item ashoma, which was very progressive, especially from your side. Any further debate, allow me to recognize Honorable Madam.
Thank you for allowing me to make my voice address. That His Excellency the President, Comrade Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, was pleased to deliver to this August Parliament on 2 October 2024, barely 2 months after assuming the chairmanship of SADC. It was clear, Madam Speaker, ma'am, that the speech was received hardly from both sides of the House, indicating that as members of Parliament in this state Parliament, we have matured beyond political party politics and that we have been driven by the spirit of seeing this beautiful country develop. Madam Speaker, ma'am, issues that concern children, the youth and women are dear to my heart. Accordingly, I was very happy when His Excellency the President made reference to the fact that women and micro, small and medium enterprises are increasingly being aided to enter local, regional, as well as international markets. He further stated that through the reoriented Youth Services Zimbabwe program, our youth are participating in community projects such as the construction and rehabilitation of classrooms, teachers accommodation, clinics, roads, walls, deep tanks, bridges, and houses for vulnerable households. Madam Speaker, ma'am, women and youth and children make up the bulk of our vulnerable population, and it is quite encouraging that the government of President Mnangagwa prioritizes the development trajectory of this country. Madam Speaker, ma'am, His Excellency the President value all Zimbabweans, those at home and those abroad. This has been demonstrated by the President, the extension of the passport office beyond the borders of our country. The President reminded us that the first external e-passport offices at the Zimbabwe consulates in South Africa are now open. He further stated that the service will not be limited to South Africa, but be rolled out to key destinations. It is clear, Madam Speaker, ma'am, that the Second Republic will continue to foster stronger collaborative relationships with the diaspora nationals for win-win benefits and accelerated socio-economic development of our motherland. Accordingly, it is imperative upon us as members of this august house to put in place laws that support His Excellency, the President's engagement of the Zimbabwean diaspora and create an enabling environment for the diaspora to flow back into the Zimbabwean economy. Madam Speaker, ma'am, touching on the bills that are to be brought before Parliament during the second session, as articulated by His Excellency the President in his speech, I'm keen to highlight 3 of these bills that are close to my heart. First is the Persons with Disability Bill. This is clear testimony of His Excellency the President living by his way of leaving no one and no place behind. I'm proud to be associated with this government that is inclusive and non-discriminatory. Secondly, Madam Speaker, ma'am, allow me to speak to the Parks and Wildlife Amendment Bill. Madam Speaker, ma'am, with the recent El Nino-induced drought that has ravaged our country, human wildlife conflict has become pronounced more than ever. It is therefore my hope that the bill will address such issues as human wildlife conflicts and come up with possible mitigatory measures. Thirdly, because the President is vowed to curb a scourge of corruption within our systems, he has included the Public Interest Disclosure Protection of Whistleblowers Bill among the bills to sail through the second session of the 10th Parliament. Armed to such an act, it is clear that we will win the fight against corruption. Madam Speaker, ma'am, in a bid to have Zimbabweans well informed about going on within their communities, within the country, regionally, and internationally, the Second Republic has been traveling in terms of opening up the airways. To this end, several community radio stations have been added to the frequency. This goes to ensure that the mantra of living no one and no place behind is living in the Second Republic. I therefore encourage these new radio stations and more to come to popularize the projects being undertaken by the government so that the people within their operating communities are well informed and not skewed by key developments in our country. Madam Speaker, ma'am, health is a fundamental right. I'm happy His Excellency the President spoke keenly on universal health coverage in his speech. It is therefore incumbent upon us as parliamentarians to fully support the President by lobbying for a budget to support the health sector to enable the achievement of universal health coverage. Madam Speaker, ma'am, as I draw to the conclusion of my threats, I wish to state that the peace and tranquility that will join Zimbabwe is alluded by His Excellency the President of Zimbabwe, Dr. Edwin Mnangagwa, is a product of the protracted war of liberation that brought independence in 1980. Accordingly, as parliamentarians and Zimbabweans, we are duty bound to protect the hard-earned freedom. The President encouraged us to safeguard the independence, sovereignty, unity, peace, and freedom bequeathed to us by our founding fathers. Madam Speaker, ma'am, we can only do that if we are united and agree to move together as people. As a people, we need to seriously look at our national heritage and be bound by the principles of unity, freedom, and work as we strive to achieve Vision 2030. Madam Speaker, ma'am, let me once again congratulate His Excellency the President for his speech that has attracted positive debate among his members of Parliament thus far. I also wish to encourage all members of the 10th Parliament to live up to the beginning and carry out of our roles as members of Parliament and deliver the expected deliverables in support of the government. His Excellency the President has given us a daunting task and laid before us bills that we need to pass. We will be judged based on that at the end of the session and at the end of our term. We do not want to be judged as fairness. Hence, the need for us to work extra hard to deliver for the people
people of our beautiful country. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mazana.
With the constitutional context in which as members of parliament we have the privilege to debate the state of the nation address. In terms of our constitution, it is only the president as duly elected by the people of Zimbabwe who enjoys the privilege of coming to this August House to present the state of the nation address. What we are privileged to do as members of parliament in the aftermath of the state of the nation address is to express commentary on this state of the nation address. There is no scope for us to present our own alternate points that we wish or dream of being part of the state of the nation address. Firstly, I want to thank His Excellency Dr.
I appreciate the context, the constitutional context given by Honorable Ruto. However, it will also help this House if Honorable Ruto specifically states the provision of the Constitution which limits members of Parliament from debating and giving alternatives. I believe I am on the side of the alternative government. My position is to present an alternative policy that I cannot be confined to just praise the ruling party without profiling an alternative policy on all policies presented by the ruling party. This is the political party.
I feel that you approach your chief whip, register your name, and you give that opportunity.
Yes, but it should not be, of course, not to present outside. We should agree. We should not like this as the opposition is to present an alternative policy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Subject to the classic. I don't wish to know so details. Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate the foundational basis upon which His Excellency premised the state of the nation address. In that he should acknowledge the importance of peace and tranquility that we presently enjoy in Zimbabwe. It is unfortunate, Madam Speaker, that the same orders they presently state do not allow me to see. Otherwise, I would have shared with you my favorite song by Glenn Polos, which speaks of the importance of unity and peace. And the song basically comment that without peace, there can be no development. Madam Speaker, we leave the President delivered the state of the nation address in a global context where peace has become such a scarce commodity. When one looks at the events in East Europe, in the Middle East, and closer to home in the Great Lakes region, peace has become such a foundational premise upon which nations progress and develop. And I want to acknowledge the leadership that has been demonstrated by His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa to make sure that Zimbabwe is accorded peace and tranquility. As they say, Madam Speaker, everything stands in forms of leadership. The peace that we enjoy, the peace that was acknowledged by His Excellency, is a clear demonstration of the better quality of leadership that we presently have at the helm of our nation. I also want to acknowledge His Excellency for exhorting all citizens of this country not to give any room to those things that threaten our peace. The President was very clear that there is no room in this nation of Zimbabwe for tribalism, for regionalism, for where phenomenal and rapid development in Zimbabwe has resulted in a deficit of the power that we require, because we require power to power our agriculture, to power our mining, to power our industry,
to power our ever-expanding households. But the difficulty we have, Madam Speaker, is that even though Zimbabwe is endowed with a plenitude of natural resources, such as coal and methane gas, the neoliberal, neo-colonial, parochial agenda that is being driven against non-renewable sources of energy has kind of narrowed our options, even though our own carbon footprint as a developing nation remains negligible. We are now only looking at renewable sources of energy. It is my respectful view that there is nothing to stop us to venture off and make sure that we utilize all resources that we have in this nation to make sure that the president's dream of adequate power generation is fulfilled. Madam Speaker, I also want to appreciate the remarks made by His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa on the need for us to observe good environmental management practices. In the pursuit of all development initiatives in this nation, it is important for us to appreciate that the environment, as we presently have, is something that has been bequeathed to us by our forefathers. And we have an obligation to make sure that we bequeath to our own great-grandchildren an environmentally safe Zimbabwe. And we need to make sure that there is due compliance with all environmental standards and requirements in the pursuit of our development initiatives. Madam Speaker, I also want to thank His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa for reminding this august House on the primary purpose of our existence as a legislature, which is the lawmaking function. Madam Speaker, members of Parliament often confuse their roles with that of undertakers and other non-governmental organizations, as I notice a lot of hyperactivity in the constituencies. But the reality is that we are a legislature. And the word legislature originates from the Latin word legis, which simply means law. Our primary business, our core business, is lawmaking. And the President was unequivocally and unambiguously clear that we need to pull our socks as a legislature and make sure that we expedite the processing of the bills which presently form our legislative agenda. At the end of the day, we are not going to be measured by the number of rallies we have addressed, or the number of hecklings that would have been exchanged across the floor, or the number of points of objection and points of order, real or imagined, that may have been exchanged between us. But we are all going to be collectively judged by the number of bills that we have said through this august House. And it is important that we put our minds together and we collaborate to make sure that we prioritize the legislative agenda. It is Montesquieu, the French philosopher, who espoused the principle of separation of powers, who dissected that for a government to exist, there must be three arms of the state, namely the executive, whose role is to implement the laws, the judiciary, whose role is to interpret the laws. But the executive and the judiciary cannot effectively function without the legislature enacting the laws. And I want to take the words of His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa as a wake-up call to all of us as we leave our homes and constituencies, as we come here. It must always be clear in our minds that the primary role that brings us into this house is so that we can make laws. And of the 10th Parliament, we did not do as much as was expected of us. And I also want to thank His Excellency in that he also spoke in very strong terms against those government ministries that have exhibited dilatory conduct in bringing bills to this August House. I want to thank legislators such as Honorable Mushorio, who have taken it upon themselves to bring private members' bills. I think that should not be an exception. It should also be the norm. Because at the end of the day, we are here to make laws, and the nation will judge us by the quality and by the number of laws that emanate from this House. I therefore wish to thank His Excellency, Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, for that clear call that he has made to Parliament. Lastly, Madam Speaker, I want to thank His Excellency for the extraordinary efforts being implemented by his government to combat the adverse effects of the El Nino-induced drought. Climate change has become a reality of our times, and we must always live with the acceptance of the fact that things are now different from when we grow up. But I want to thank all the President for all the numerous initiatives and efforts that are coming through to try and assist the people of Zimbabwe. In my own view, Madam Speaker, we must always endeavor to do less, but to do it exceptionally well. When we look at the number of programs that are coming, you can single out 2 programs as bringing us optimal benefits, namely the Vumbudza program, in that it's enabling households to make sure that they are food self-sustaining. But I also want to appreciate His Excellency for even brought to us the presidential bore drilling scheme. When you drill a bore, you are empowering the community. You are empowering the men, the women, the youth. You are empowering everything. You are impacting on the health. You are impacting on so many things within that community. And in my respectful view, we need to make sure that we channel a larger chunk of our resources to the promotion and implementation of the presidential bore drilling scheme. It is true, Madam Speaker, that water is life, and without water, there can be no life. I therefore want to greatly appreciate the initiative by His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa to make sure that water and safe water is delivered to all corners of Zimbabwe, leave no place and no message behind. I want to thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Time. Any further debate? Allow me to recognize Honorable Madhuramika.
And that you are aware Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to debate. Let me raise my previous speakers. The question that I want to raise, just be given or delivered by the President in the Senate is the issue of power crisis. Yeah, this is the elephant in the room, Madam Speaker. You will find out that right now we are producing half of our for the power that we expect of electricity, that we so much need for the power needs. So as such, in the zone, I was expecting the President to give us the achievement that we've made so far, and the challenges that we're facing, and lastly, the solutions to such problems. So on the issue of power, Madam Speaker, it is common cause that we are having power in our households going at 6 a.m. Probably we'll get power back at around 10 or 11 p.m. This situation is unfair, Madam Speaker, it has to be corrected. So I expected the President in his zone to give tangible solutions to the issue of power crisis. And the solution that I have seen from the President is that we are going to increase the independent power producers. But if you look at the Speaker, the current as of the 5th of October 2024, the independent power producers are contributing 43 megawatts to the national grid. And for us to expect the independent power producers to come on board and save the situation that we need to sustain the power. Let me generate some say that one zinc is equivalent to 1 milligram of gold. And 1 milligram of gold at that time the figure was 0.00733 US cents. And to get a $1 there, that is the position that gives us the exchange rate of 1 to 30.64, the starting exchange. So the US dollar, the zinc, the initial exchange rate was fixed to gold or to the price of gold. So as such, we're expecting that as the price of gold firms up, we were also expecting to see the firming up of the lower price. So, Madam Speaker, the President came in to say that we are now allowing it to be more flexible. That was the solution from SONA. The President indicated that we need to do the zinc. Yes, there are challenges, but we have to correct the challenges. We are now allowing the zinc to be more flexible. What does it mean, Madam Speaker? It means the willing buyer, willing seller arrangement, which was announced by the RBZ, was a lie. So, what we want, Madam Speaker, is to ensure that there is this policy consistency. I hope the President has introduced a serious policy shift in terms of the issue of the zinc. Let me move on to the issue of education, Madam Speaker. The President needs to address the issue of education. He was saying that we are going to continue supporting the education sector in various ways. But I have a feeling, Madam Speaker, that according to the NDS1, which is the National Development Strategy, which informs key priorities of the nation, they indicated that Zimbabwe has got a schools deficit of 3,000 schools across the latitude of this country. But then, how at this point I was expecting the President to give us their achievements so far. As far as I'm concerned, Madam Speaker, there are no new government schools constructed from 2021 to 2023. And NDS is about to end, Madam Speaker. So my concern is that, and to do that, Madam Speaker, I will go to the NDS1 priorities itself. I will go to the NDS targets themselves to see how far it will stay. The issue of GDP. We expect, Madam Speaker, that the gross domestic product will grow by 5% in terms of real GDP growth. But what is happening, Madam Speaker, so far, we have actually reduced the estimated growth rate from 3.5% to 2%, and we don't even know how bad the situation will be in the end of the year. So what therefore means that I expect the President to say, what can we do? What measures can we do here to arrest this situation? Madam Speaker, the President also, in the NJS, Madam Speaker, there was a promise that Zimbabwe is going to create 760,000 jobs under NJS1. That is from 2021 to date. How many jobs have been created so far? What has happened to the unemployment? These are the issues that are going to be here from SONA. And I'd like to highlight the fact that if you look at my official statistics that we get from Zimstat, the unemployment rate is going to be Madam Speaker. And we expect a raft of measures to address the situation. We've got our colleagues or children and relatives who are being changed out of universities. And the statistics around the 44,000 graduates that are changed from universities every year. But there's nothing for the industry to absorb. So I was expecting the President to come on board to say, what is that we are going to do to arrest the situation, to assist in those who are in need of employment, Madam Speaker. Let me talk about the issue of food. The issue of inflation, Madam Speaker. It was the expectation under NTS1 that we had a single-digit inflation, Madam Speaker. But alas, as of today, the US dollar inflation is way above the single-digit inflation. Same applies to that of zinc. So I was expecting more information on how best to arrest this or to improve the situation from the President. The issue of domestication of the value chains and also to accelerate value addition. Madam Speaker, this is a worrying trend. We have been mining gold, lithium, and many other resources, Madam Speaker, mineral resources, but we have got nothing to show for it. What we have are those open shafts and open tasks which are left. The oil mine, they have taken away all the material oil, but we have got nothing to show for it, Madam Speaker.
minerals and agricultural produce. That will also help us improve our export, our value-added exports as a percentage of the total exports. So what we see, Madam Speaker, is we are talking and talking and talking, but on the ground there's virtually nothing, Madam Speaker. Because as of now, Madam Speaker, with the large amount of lithium that we have, we should be having our own lithium batteries in this country. And it's a reasonable price. Are you aware, Madam Speaker, that Zimbabwe is the third largest producer of lithium in the world? And but for me to electrify my home, Madam Speaker, to buy a 48 volts lithium battery, Madam Speaker, it costs over 1,000 units. But then when we export the chrome in Morocco, the lithium in Morocco, Madam Speaker, we export 1 ton of lithium at only $11,000. Look at the despite, Madam Speaker. I expect the President to come on board to say, enough is enough. We are now banning the exportation of raw material or raw minerals, and we now want to promote beneficiation so that this country can do something better from there. From that. Then let me move on to the issue of infrastructure, Madam Speaker. It is common cause, Madam Speaker, I think when there is no infrastructure, there is no economic development. Infrastructure becomes a conduit to economic development. What is the infrastructure, Madam Speaker? The infrastructure refers to the issue of transport, the roads, the rail, and the air. Yes, Madam Speaker, there was some movement in the roads, but only this part of Harare, this section of Harare. Right? So, Madam Speaker, there was no improvement in the rail. There was no improvement in the air. Are you aware that, Madam Speaker, we only have 2 airplanes? So, the President is coming on board to say,
order, can you allow the honorable member to be heard in silence?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, I was of the view that I expected the President to come on board to say, it has got the 100% belief in the modern day Zimbabwe, a country that we expect to be middle income by 2030. How come we with only 2 airplanes? It is so exposed to whatever the Speaker. So I was expecting the President to chip in to say, we are going to improve the infrastructure side. Yes, I've been doing this on the road. I have to move on the rail system, also on the air, so that everyone becomes inclusive to see our Madam Speaker, we can't talk of infrastructure when we ignore the impact of ICT. The only national revolution, Madam Speaker, is here to stay. And as a country, we should take advantage of that to improve our economy. You see, many countries, Madam Speaker, in agriculture, they now use robots to do the day-to-day work. So I was expecting to hear the President coming in to say, for us to improve industrial capacity utilization on energy efficiency, can we take advantage of this and this and this, so that this can work up for the good of this country? There were improvements in terms of engagement with the international community and also international financial institutions. Madam Speaker, I would like to highlight Parliament that the structural dialogue platform, which gave opportunity for Zimbabwe to re-engage with the international community, is actually not been positive. In what way, Madam Speaker? In the sense that some of the key partners in that process, they have actually left out, or they've moved out of that process. Besides that, Zimbabwe is not sincere in this kind of platform. The problem or the end of this process, Madam Speaker, on the engagement is the issue of governance. Issue to do with the justice delivery system. Madam Speaker, let me highlight this. Very quickly, Madam Speaker. I expect the President, who doesn't want to see anyone being left out, and who doesn't want to see any place being left behind, to also look at this, the justice delivery system, and make an impression on it. Look, Madam Speaker, we have the people who made that people out there. They made that out there. When they get to court, Madam Speaker, they get bail with the consent of the state on the initial instance. But here, look, Madam Speaker, we have the people who are only detained
So I was expecting the president to come in to say, we need to restore confidence in the tax labor system. It is important, Madam Speaker, to restore confidence in this system. Because even if investors come, investors look at these indexes to see if everything I know in Zimbabwe today, will the justice system not be used against me? Those are the questions that they do. So it's not something that is in mind, Madam Speaker. It's something that must be innovated to the last. We have continued, Madam Speaker. In 2020, there was this Minister of Health who swindled 60 million of our national coffers. But it was given bail on initial instance. So why do you have this kind of strange application of the law? I was expecting the president in his son to come there and say, enough is enough. Let's have the justice system it must be made sure that it is clear, it is watertight, and ensure that the justice system is properly managed. Let me go to the issue of sanctions, Madam Speaker. There was this honorable member who debated saying that it's only because we are tagged with sanctions, that is why we are doing well, things are tagged because of sanctions. Let me make it very clear, Madam Speaker, and put on the record that all executive order sanctions which were levied in Zimbabwe have been removed. So the sanctions that are applied, Madam Speaker, they are only 11 individuals. So Zimbabwe, as recent, Madam Speaker, is not under sanctions. Individuals are under sanctions. They are very clear because this statement has been abused all the time. When people come incompetent in their areas of jurisdiction, they come to say with them sanctions. There are no more sanctions in Zimbabwe, let me say. Right, Madam Speaker, the president also spoke about the business units. This is Madam Speaker, it excites me the most because there is a new minister who is also passionate about that. There is an indication that according to NGS 1, Zimbabwe is supposed to construct 35,000 village business units. Literally, I said every village must have its own business unit. And the one thing that is Madam Speaker, it is this kind of environment where we need to have solar powered home, number one. Number two, we need to have 4 by 10,000 liter tanks of water. Number 3, we need 2 fish ponds. Number 4, we need drinking water points. That constitutes the village business unit.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order. Honorable member, what is your question?
Point of order. Madam Speaker, deputy. Honorable member, abasati batenderera kuona mavillage business avarikutaura ariko asati asvika kwavo chete asi kumwe kwese ariko sekutaura kwavari kuita saka ngavasati kuteerera iye ari kudebhini zvakare kumadhinaraizi zvavako.
I have got statistics what I'm saying, Madam Speaker. If anyone is not agreeing with them, give them opportunity to correct that. Madam Speaker, NGS 1 requires government to construct. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Out of the 35,000 village business units required by NGS 1, Madam Speaker, the government of Zimbabwe is up to date managed to construct 427 village business units. And the NGS 1 is ending in 2025. What is the success rate, Madam Speaker? I took my reports. It was 0.03%. What the other means, Madam Speaker, is that if you look at the structure of this village business units, the minimum cost of a fully
is US $20,000. So if you multiply US $20,000 by the 25,000 village business units, we need $700 million to complete this project. Is this actually a better figure? I don't think so. Right, let me go to the issue of Punguza in Twasa. Let's take this idea of supporting our farmers. The challenge that we have with this Punguza or the Twasa program is corruption. I expected the president to come on board to say, I am going to put mechanisms to avoid this kind of loads and loads of seeds are being swindled from the intelligent beneficiaries of the lawyers of Africa. I'm telling you from experience. At one point in Africa, there was a member of parliament who went to throw the 10-time seed into a gem to avoid being trying to deal with the case. So that is very what someone is being. I expect the president to come and say, I am putting measures to ensure that this scale of corruption is going to be carefully completed. And also, I think the idea of continuously, year in, year out, support year in, year out, year in, year out. It's not even, it's not just general speaking. It's not efficient in what general speaking. Our people will relax. They want to devise mechanisms to improve. Yes, if you assist them for the next 3 or 4, 5 years, let's just, we know that they are now can pause down. And like this kind of situation on speaker. Alright, lastly, Madam Speaker, let me talk to the issue of the issue of environment. This one is very important. Madam Speaker, our production, yes, but look what it's doing. There is
can you have order in the house?
There were improvements in terms of engagement with the national community and also the national institutions. Madam Speaker, I would like to highlight Parliament that the structural dialogue platform, which gave the opportunity for Zimbabwe to re-engage with the national community, is actually not been positive in what we are speaking. In the sense that some of the key partners in that process have actually left out or they've moved out of that process. Besides that, Zimbabwe is not sincere in this kind of platform. The problem or the end of this process, Madam Speaker, on re-engagement is the issue of governance. Issue to do with the justice delivery